Yo, welcome back everybody to a brand new Pokemon TCG Live Temporal Forces deck video, and today we're going to look at the brand new Evolution blocking Bronzong. Now this card does have a pretty good attack right now in format where Evolution Pokemon are pretty popular. It's got that Evolution Jammer attack, which for one Psychic Energy does 30 damage, and then during your opponent's next turn, they can't play any Pokemon from their hand to evolve, meaning that they can't use rare candy to get out their Charizards and their Pidgeots and their Baxcaliburs and whatnot. And that is essentially what we're playing today, is a Bronzong evolution blocking deck. I've decided to pair Bronzong today with Gardevoir EX. Now, this is technically a Gardevoir Drifloon deck, so boom, look at that. The person that always comments on my videos asking for the Gardy Drifloon deck. Well, this is technically a Gardevoir Drifloon deck, because we are going to be playing Drifloon in the deck alongside Screamtail with Gardevoir. But I did decide to pair Bronzong with Gardevoir. Bronzong is pretty strong, and being able to block evolutions is really good. The problem is, if you're playing against something like C-Pow or even Charizard, eventually they will get to a point where they can get around the Bronzong, and sometimes even Bronzong doesn't allow you to kind of win all the games. So it is nice to have more attackers in the deck, not just the Bronzong. If we were to focus the deck strictly on Bronzong, we would struggle against other decks in the meta. This is where having the Gardevoir engine is nice, because you can draw cards around the Bronzong, and of course you have the extra attacker in the form of the Gardevoir, because you can use Miracle Force, you can use Screamtail and Drifloon. So we're kind of like a pseudo Gardevoir Bronzong deck, and that's what I'm cooking up today. Is we're trying to block evolutions. Now, of course, if we do go first, we can get turn 2 Bronzong attacking before the opponent gets to evolve. Now, if we go second, we are playing the double Salvatore. Salvatore does let you go into Bronzong. I did a video on Salvatore Bayonet a couple weeks back, but we're now going to be playing Salvatore with Bronzong. Of course, you can Salvatore into a Pokemon that has no abilities. You can evolve into a Pokemon with no abilities, so you can actually Salvatore going second into a Bronzong. So if you start Bronzor, you can immediately Salvatore into Bronzong. And we are playing a Lumineon V in the deck to help us pull that combo off a little bit more easily. And that's basically what we're working with for today's video. Trying to block Pokemon from evolving. This does get around rare candy. They can't evolve into the stage 1. The only workaround I can think of that stops Bronzong is TM Evolution, which is an annoying card. So if you play against like a Charizard with a TM Evo or a Shampoo with TM Evo, which those don't exist, but if you happen to play against one, then, I mean, tough luck, I guess. But that is the list I am cooking up for today's video. Before we do get the video, shout out to the sponsor, Cavern TCG. Of course, if you're looking to get any Pokemon TCG Live pack codes, get them over at Cavern. Card capsules codes line for the cheapest. So if you're looking for, of course, the main set right now, Temporal Forces, or you want to get some older sets or some IRL TCG singles and product card capsules, all that over there. If you do get anything at Card Cavern at the checkout, use my discount code LDF for a 5% discount on your order. Help the channel, help yourself out, and up our Card Cavern. So big shout out to Card Cavern. Check them out. Use code LDF, link down below. Also, check out my second YouTube channel down below for some more content too. Of course, I do have that second channel where I post the extra more competitive focused content. Been doing a lot of content in preparation for Indianapolis Regionals this weekend, like I did a top 10 best decks in the format video, and I just did a tier list video ranking the best decks in the meta right now for Indianapolis Regionals. You want to get some insight on my opinion on where the meta is headed, check out the second channel down below. So here is the Bronzong list I am playing. I kind of based it off of the Bayonet Gardevoir deck. So Bayonet Gardevoir is a deck that has also been existing right now. Bayonet EX obviously being able to item lock the opponent. The idea of that deck is you can use Bayonet EX with Gardevoir because Bayonet is a psychic Pokemon. It's kind of a similar concept where you try to lock your opponent early on while you have the Gardy engine behind you. We are playing something a bit similar here. But like I said, it is nice to have the extra attackers. Bronzong can't win the game by itself. Like, there's matchups where Bronzong isn't even going to be doing anything. Like, it's not good in every matchup. It's really only good against stuff like Charizard and Shampoo or any other, like, random evolution deck. Maybe you'll run into more of a rogue deck like a Quavel or a Tyranitar, Garchomp EX deck on the ladder, and Bronzong will be good against those. But not every matchup is going to be good in. So that's why it's nice to have the Gardevoir stuff behind it. Some other sneaky stuff I'm playing in the deck. I am playing 2 copies of Eri, so really good disruption. Eri is just a disgustingly good card right now, but when you're item lock or evolution blocking your opponent, they can't candy their stuff out. So what you can do is sometimes you can get some sneaky Eris off and get rid of their rare candies. So eventually, if they do get around the Bronzong lock, they're going to be short a couple rare candies, and that's why the Eris are nice to play. It's just nice disruption, because when you're disrupting the opponent, being able to remove their resources makes it harder for them to play the game in the later stages. We got the Salvatores, the Turo in the deck. I kind of want to play a Palpad in here. I think really the League Headquarters is kind of cap. I'm only playing it because there's some decks I'm respecting, like Iron Hands, but I do think League Headquarters probably is cuttable from the deck. It is nice to have against like Lost Box, which is a little bit more popular right now. So maybe cut League Headquarters out for a Palpad. I do want to play a Palpad in here. We got some tools in the deck. We got Bravery Charm and Hero's Cape. Very good stuff to have with obviously the Screamtail and the Drifloon. But I am also playing Luxurious Cape. Mainly, the reason why I'm playing all these tools is for Bronzong to have more health. I mean, you put a Hero's Cape or a Luxurious Cape on your Bronzong, and they don't play Vacuum, or you Eri the Vacuum away. Bronzong is harder to KO because obviously your opponent can sit there and attack Bronzong with Heat Tackle or even with Chien-Pao. So it is nice to give it more HP to make it even harder for the Bronzong to get knocked down. We have Alakazam to manipulate damage too. Especially if we can trap stuff in the active spot, we can use Alakazam to kind of get some extra damage on the board. I am playing one TM Devo in the late game. If, you know, we didn't Bronzong them early on, we can late game TM Devo, Iono the opponent, and then maybe go into Bronzong the following turn if they can't respond to that TM Devo. That's the idea of playing the one of TM Devo in the deck. Especially when you can Eri away candies and stuff. Eventually, TM Devo might just do more work in the later stages of the match. Let's go show off the Bronzong deck on live and see what it can do. Beginning of this game here might be against Charizard, and we are going first, though, so we do have the ability to try to get the turn 1 item lock. And we do top deck, pretty good card there. We do get that Earthen Vessel, which will help us try to get this turn 2 Bronzong off. All right. Kind of a tough decision. I need the Arven for next turn. It's got to be the Turo, right? I hate to get rid of the Turo, but every card in the hand is like really good, so. Because I want to make sure that I can go for the Bronzong next turn. Because we can go Kirlia. We can Arven for Ultra Ball. Yeah, it's got to be the Turo. I maybe shouldn't have started with Mew then, but I did want to start with the Fruit Treater, so I think it was fine. Plus, we're blocking Charizard from being able to evolve. That's really important. Okay, there's the Buddy-Buddy Poffin. We'll see what they're able to get here. 2 more Charmanders. Now, the best thing they could do is spam Heat Tackle, but like I said, we got the Bronzongs. We're chilling. They have double Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Looks like we're probably going to see him going to Cleffa. They could use Defiance Fan. No, they get Jirachi and Bidoof. All right. Like I said, they can't evolve anything. They also didn't put a... they didn't leave bench space for a Rodon, which is good. So we'll see how this goes. What does my opponent got here? What are they cooking? They got a Fire Energy for the Charmander. Sure. That means they're probably just going to pass. And then we can hopefully pop off here. So let's see what our top deck is. Luxurious Cape. It's not a bad card, actually, but I think we'll just start the turn off with an Ultra Ball here. And we'll get rid of... Get rid of these 2. We have Mew. I guess I gotta get rid of Kirlia, too, but yeah, I'll grab the Bronzong. We need to just make sure we get Bronzong down. Get this thing out ASAP. We'll put the Luxurious Cape on it, because it ain't dying anytime soon, I'll tell you that. We'll go here. Restart, draw some cards. Another Buddy Poffin is good. Let's grab a single Ralts for now, just in case. We have the Rod we can play. We could use it to get back Guardy. Yeah, I wouldn't mind playing that. Just getting the Guardy back in the deck. I don't want to get trapped, because the first thing they can do is they can boss stall Kirlia, right? So I want to make sure we have the option to get out of that. Okay. Well, Evolution Jammer. Here we go. Jam them, and they are now no longer able to evolve. So their basically entire deck is now shut off. Unless they're playing Team Evo, which I highly doubt they're playing. So we'll see if this can carry us. Who knows? This one Bronzong could win us the game, too, to be honest with you. I don't know. It really does suck. I had to get rid of the Turo. Not going to... I kind of wanted to keep that. So I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't come to bite us. They have Ultra Ball here. They did bench lock themselves, being able to play Lumineon. And they get rid of a boss's order. They could have bossed my my Kirlia. They grab Bibarel. Like I said, they can't do anything with that. They can't evolve anything. They are unable to evolve their Pokemon. The best thing they can do is try to just spam Heat Tackle, but I got a Luxurious Cape on. And I have 2 Bronzors in play, so I can eventually just go Bronzong again. We'll see what they got. They got an Energy for the Pidgey. They're probably just going to go into Charmander, but like I said, they have the Heat Tackle. If I can find Alakazam here, we could, like, Alakazam into their Charmander. They actually just go into a fresh Charmander, not even going into the one with the energy on it. Well, yep, they had a boss anyways. That is 2 boss down, though. So this is the worst thing they could do is stall my Kirlia. And honestly, if this does stick, this could get pretty bad. This is why I wanted to keep that Turo. I basically need to draw into Gardevoir here. May have to Iono them. Okay, perfect. Okay, refinement. Yeah, as long as we get Guardy, that's all I care about. Nice. Okay. We get an Ultra Ball here. Get rid of these 2. I might need the Lumineon in all honesty, but it's more important we get Gardevoir, because I'm going to need the Gardevoir in order to win the game. It's fine. I'm not going to bother refinementing anyways. We're just going to Psychic Embrace here. Retreat. We just want to make sure we get Guardy online when we do this, right? So we can... They can't stall anything in the active spot, basically. They're down 2 boss now, which is good. They do have Counter Catcher, maybe Prime Catcher. We have to be a little mindful of that, but... Even if we have to go double Gardevoir, it's not the end of the world. Because this Bronzong is going to do a lot of work for us. We might as well Salvatore out another Bronzong. And we will Evolution Jammer here. Hit the Charmander for 30. A bit of a slow burn, but we will eventually get there. We know their hand is dead, too. We know they have a Bibarel and, like, another card that we probably don't know what it is. But we know they don't have much going on. They can't put the Bibarel down. They can't go Rare Candy. They can't go Charmeleon. The best thing they can do is attack with Heat Tackle. We have 210 HP, though. This Bronzong, it ain't dying anytime soon. We'll see what else they're able to do here. Now, when I do knock them out, they will get access to... They will get access to Counter Catch. We have to be mindful of that, but that's fine. So let's start Refinementing here. See, we got rid of... Okay, cool. Also Evolution Jammer. Knock him out. Another prize is another prize. The more the merrier. They do have Radiant Zard, so they can use that. But like I said, by the time they go Radiant Zard, it's probably game over anyways. But they do have the access to Radiant Zard, and that's maybe one thing they're going to eye up doing. But that's fine, even if they do that. Like, I think we'll be far enough ahead where that Radiant Zard shouldn't matter. This one Bronzong, honestly, might just take us, like, 3-4 prizes before it even dies. If it even dies. I mean, they do have Lost Vacuum, I guess, which they can eventually find. They might have prized their Rotom. Now, if they prize Rotom here, they're really going to be unable to do anything. So we'll see if they're able to cook up here. They have 4 cards in hand currently. There's a Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Do they have any other Charmanders? The only other one I can think of is the promo one that does 40, because that's, like, more damage than 30. But Heat Tackle's not bad. Ooh, they have Cleffa. Now, this is where I want to go Eri. I want to Eri them. Oh, they're not going to go Cleffa. So I want to try to work towards Eri if I can. That's our next step, I think. Eri them here would be pretty big. Okay, nice. This Evolution Jammer. Yeah, we'll just keep chucking away at these Pokemon, and eventually we'll Eri my opponent. Now, the other thing is my opponent's burning all these boss's orders to try to stop Bronzong. So now in the late game, when they eventually do start taking prizes with, like, Radzard or something, assuming it's not prized, right? Then eventually they'll get to the point where, like, they have no boss left. They can't go around my Guardies, so we could just... The Guardies are probably not dying anytime soon. Got an Arven. Okay, we can probably afford to get rid of... We probably don't need any more than just the 2 Bronzong. There's the Eri. Nice. We can Evolution Jam them again. What am I getting another Kirlia set up? I probably should bench that other Ralts, to be honest. Yeah, I probably should have. I do want to leave the bench spot open, but I should probably bench the other Ralts. There's no reason not to. They go Cleffa. If we don't get Iono'd here, we get to Eri them and hopefully get rid of some very important resources. Basically, we're just trying to get rid of their candies, make it even harder for them to play the game in the late game. So they go Cleffa, we can Eri. Let's see, do they have anything they can do here? Their hand's also kind of clogged up. Since they can't play Evolutions, they can't really draw as many cards. They're just going to Grasp Me Draw. All right. They should have a candy in their hand. I mean, I hope so. I'd be very surprised if they didn't. But here we go. Let's hit him with an Eri. Rod and Ultra Ball isn't bad either. Yeah, their hand is basically just dead. Nice. Good to see. Okay, we'll bench the Ralts. We'll Refinement away Bronzor. Get rid of Salvatore, actually. Probably don't need that. And then we'll just Evolution Jam him again. Take another knockout. Again, they can work towards Charizard. We did just get rid of that Ultra Ball, though, which is huge. And I guess I can always Arven to get out of it. But we're chilling. I was hoping to get rid of Rare Candy, but at this point, it may not even matter. Because getting rid of the Rod is good, too. Because they could prize out the Rod. They could struggle to get energy back into their deck. The best thing they could do is Heat Tackle. But like I said, the Heat Tackle isn't enough. This is why I kind of want to keep the bench spot open. I could have maybe went Alakazam. Because I can Alakazam 20 off. And then because of the Heat Tackle damage, I can Evolution Jam for a knockout. But the Heat Tackle is doing, like, basically nothing. So it doesn't even matter. But I could have went that route. Let's hit the Arven for here. I would imagine potentially another Super Rod. We'll see, though. We will see what they Arven for. They can't Candy, so they can't get Pidgeot out. We are getting very far ahead. Okay, they do have that Vacuum. So Vacuum Defiance Band is pretty annoying. This is why I wanted to keep the Alakazam open. We have Hero's Cape. I'll just Hero's Cape the Bronzong. It's all good. Honestly, the Luxurious Cape getting discarded isn't terrible because we're not giving up 2 prizes when we die. They get rid of the Defiance Band, though. Okay. That's pretty balls. Why would they get rid of that? They can 2-shot me. I don't know why they get rid of Defiance Band. Okay, sure. They could have 2-shot me. Okay. I mean, honestly, it really doesn't matter, but I'm surprised they got rid of that, to be honest with you. Now, I don't really care about playing the Hero's Cape. Just smack, sure. Yeah, I don't know why they got rid of the Defiance Band, but I'll take it, I guess. They could have 2-shot me. I had the Hero's Cape anyways, and I doubt they play double Vac, so it wouldn't have mattered, but, like, I don't know. It's very strange. They could have at least got rid of a Charizard EX, but okay, whatever. Works for me, Chief. Kind of want to put a PAL pad in here. I don't know what to cut, though. Every card is kind of important. I guess maybe the Team Devo, but, like, Team Devo's good in the late game. But I wouldn't mind maybe playing, like, a PAL pad to get back. Because getting back Eri and Turo here would be nice. Those would be 2 cards I wouldn't mind getting back in the deck. I could play Collapsed here to get rid of my Mew. Honestly, I don't really mind Mew chilling in play, though. I don't think it matters. Like, we're just so far ahead at this point, there's, like, nothing they can do. They can Heat Tackle for 30, whoop-de-doo. It's not enough. There's Alakazam. Let's keep thinning out dead cards here with Refinement. I know I have another Eri in the deck. Ooh, we got the Leak Headquarters. Could play that down here, too. Block him from being able to tackle me. This Pidgey dies anyways. It's fine. We'll just attack. I don't think it matters. We're just so far ahead. I don't think we can lose anymore, right? So they're out of Charmanders now, too. So it's kind of cool when you can beat Charizard and they can't play the game. My opponent not be able to play the game here is pretty good. Okay, they have the Iono. Like I said, they could go Radzard, but even if they go Radiant Charizard, the game is, like, it's still over. Like, they can't win. It's not enough. We got Boss. We can kill their Pidgey. If they bench Radiant Charizard here, we could also just Boss knock it out. They have no Charmander down, so I don't even care. No, they didn't even get a Radiant Charizard. Okay. There's Eri. Might as well play it. YOLO. Yep, there's a candy. They have Turo in their hand. Ooh, and they have TM Devo. Ooh, they can actually de-evolve my Bronzong. Okay, wait a little bit. We have to be mindful of that. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. So I guess they are going to kill my Bronzong here, but that's fine. Even then. Or I could IO. Well, that's fine. We'll just jam him. Sure. Honestly, I could have went Super Psybolt there on the Pidgey. It's fine. If I have another Bronzong. It doesn't matter. They need an energy to TM Devo me anyways, which they currently don't have. They have to Pidgey that. This is where I wish I had Alakazam in play, dude. This is why I didn't want to bench this Ralts, because I wanted another Alakazam in play, so I can use thing to knock out. I could have killed the Pidgey by now. I got a Turo, so they're just going to go into the TM Devo. Again, that's fine. I'll just go into my other Bronzong, knock him out, and it doesn't even matter at this point in the game. Like, it's literally basically game over. They can finally deal with a Bronzong here, but I've already taken 4 prizes. So I could just also break the lock and just attack with Gardevoir EX, and they can't do anything either. Oh, they're going to call for family. All right, they're spicing things up a little bit. Again, doesn't matter too much anymore, though, so won't really make much of a difference. Okay. Do I want to Iono? We know they have the TM Devo in their hand, and I guess, like, low-key, I don't want them to play it, but, like... I have Boss anyways. We have game in hand, so whatever. I have game. There's no point of Ionoing. I don't think it matters. Like, I'm overthinking. It's game over regardless. We just Bronzonged them to death. Charizard is a matchup where you probably can win the game with just Bronzong by itself. Obviously, against Shempao, you can't. Seapower's a bit of a different matchup where eventually they will knock out your Bronzong. So that's a matchup where you don't really get to use Bronzong the whole game. But Charizard, I mean, this thing is going to win us the entire game by itself. Do they even find energy for the Radzard here? This is the one thing they do have, right? They have the Radiant Charizard, but it's game over anyways. We just attack with Mew or Gardevoir and we win. So that's a dub. There you go. That's Bronzong for you beating this Charizard deck. Let's see. Do they have anything else they can do this turn? I don't think so. They could Prime Catcher my Mew. I have Gardevoir for game anyways. Like, actually, they don't even have a retreat in play, so it doesn't even matter. I think we just win. I think we do just win here. Again, wouldn't mind playing Palpad in here, because it would have been nice to just kind of chill out and sit back and just spam Eri the entire game. So maybe playing a Palpad wouldn't be bad. Yell's Cheer, just, I don't know. The Salvatores are cuttable, but I like the ability to have Salvatore so that we have a way to get Bronzong and play immediately. I think it's kind of important to play Salvatore, but yeah, I wouldn't mind playing a Palpad in here just to be able to get Bronzong out a little bit quicker. But that is going to be a victory royale. My opponent's going to knock out my Bronzong. We evolution locked them the entire game, and now at the end of the game, we can come in with the knockout here. Might as well just use Mew. Why not? Sure, just go out in style. But they couldn't really do much. The game was essentially just over as soon as, like, yeah, it was game over. There was not much they could have done. The worst thing that can happen in this matchup is if they trap a Kirlia. That's the worst thing that can happen. But you are still playing a Gardevoir deck. You still have the ability to, like, use these other attacks, like, to win the game. Like, even if Bronzong takes, like, 1 or 2 prizes, that still puts you ahead in the game where you can eventually just take the rest of the knockouts with your Drifloon and your Screamtail and your Gardevoir. Like, it doesn't even really matter that much. Especially when you're playing against Bronzong, the opponent's probably going to put Rotom down. So then immediately right there, you have an easy 2-prize target. So if, like, if Bronzong can take a couple prizes by itself, usually, even if they do deal with Bronzong and they stall a Kirlia and eventually the evolution lock is broken, I mean, you might have been Erieing by then. They get a little low on candies. And then you can just play aggressive and attack with all your big stuff. Like, it's chilling, bro. You're chilling. And my opponent's got a Rowlet. Not sure what we're up against here. We do have a Buddy-Buddy Poffin. That was a really good top deck because I currently don't have much. I do have the Bronzong, but not much else going on. So let's... trying to think. What do I want to Vessel away? Every card is actually pretty good. I guess we can get rid of one Bronzong. I also don't know what I'm even playing against, right? So we'll just attach. And then pass? Because I want to make sure we can get Bronzong out. I want to Ultra Ball for Kirlia too. We just need to draw cards, right? But yeah, we might need Bronzong next turn. If they're playing an Evolution deck, we're going to need to hit him in the face with the Bronzong. Okay, they do have a Lumineon here. They could Iono me, but no, they're going to have an Arven. Not sure where we're playing against here. If it's an Evolution deck, though, I don't really care. As long as they got Evolution Pokemon and Evolution Jammer puts in work. Future Booster Capsule. It's not good. They might be playing Iron Valiant, maybe? No, there's a couple Rowlets. There's another Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. They probably are playing Iron Valiant, Decidueye or something. They're playing a Decidueye EX deck with Iron Valiant. That actually might be what it is. If I take a guess. Because that Future Booster Capsule kind of gives away the trick, I guess. They're playing Bird Box. The birds are out in force, but we can block the birds with the Bronzong. We have Eri, too. It's actually not... This is why I wanted to hold the Eri. Because, like, you never know. And it's actually going to come up here because they're going to Cleffa, and then I can Eri them and then hit them with the Evolution Jammer. And, like, downside is I just don't have anything else going on in my hand right now. So I need to find Kirlia, but that's fine. Ooh, an Earthen Vessel. They're going to draw even more cards, it looks like, off of the Cleffa, which is good for Eri. Because I'm trying to get rid of any good things like Rare Candy. We actually get to KO Cleffa, too, which is kind of sick. All right, what's our top deck? Another Ultra Ball. We don't really have the juice here to grab a Kirlia at the moment. I think we're just going to hit him with the Eri. Only getting rid of a Techno Radar, but the rest of their hand is basically dead, so it's all good. And actually getting rid of the Techno Radar is not bad, because then they just can't get an Iron Valiant down. So we can just knock out the Cleffa here with Evolution Jammer. Jam their Evolutions. Take our prize. Hopefully it's a playable card. It is a Buddy-Buddy Poffin, which is okay. I low-key don't want to get rid of my Gardevoir, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. But we can just Evolution Jam him, and then eventually we'll set up, and it'll be tough for my opponent to keep up. Let's see what they have here. 7 cards. We know they're bricking. They can hit me for 20 with Rowlet, but 20 damage is not gonna deal with Bronzong. They do have the Iron Valiant, so I definitely need to sub another Bronzong, though, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get another Bronzong down. I think we're gonna play Buddy Poffin. No, they have the Define. I forgot about that. That's actually kind of funny. They're actually 3-shotting me. Ooh, it's kind of scary. It's fine. We'll Buddy-Buddy Poffins, the other Bronzong, and there it is. We do have Mew. We could go Lumineon here, actually, which is probably what I'm going to do. I don't want to Iono them, though. It's maybe best we actually just grab Mew. Yeah, I'll grab Mew. There's nothing to... What would I even Lumineon for here? I can't Iono them, because I don't want to give them more cards. I think we definitely just grab Mew. Yeah, I can't really go Iono, because we know their hand is kind of dead, right? So, it was not a great Mew. No Kirlias is kind of bad. I'm not able to 2-shot them. It's kind of the issue with Bronzong. It only does 30 damage. It doesn't 2-shot these Pokemon. That Defiance Band is really annoying because it's allowing my opponent to 3-shot me back, which is bad. Well, I guess I could Lumineon for Turo. Maybe I could have held the Ultra Ball then to Turo the Bronzong. I don't know. Probably going to have to play Arven next turn or something with Lumineon. Can't draw any cards. Well, our Bronzong's going to die, but we can go into another Bronzong next turn. We could just Salvatore for another Bronzong, I guess. That's the plan. We'll just Salvatore a Bronzong, sure. It's a little scuffed, but it gets the job done. They actually could Iron Valiant me here to knock me out. That doesn't really make a difference, though. I don't think, actually. If they have a combo, they could go Iron Valiant, knock me out with Tachyon Bits. No, it's going to Razor Wing. All right, that's unfortunate. That's fine. We got another Bronzong. It's all good. We can... Salvatore for Bronzong. I'm hoping to get a Kirlia, though, so I can draw more cards. Nope. All right. Salvatore for Bronzong it is. Just keep on getting the Bronzongs out and hoping for the best. All right, this time this Bronzong should put in more work. If I can find Hero's Cape, too, that'd be fantastic. We have a Psychic Energy. Put that there. I guess I could have burned the Buddy Poffin, actually, before I did that. Yikes. Okay, we finally got ourselves a Kirlia. There he is. We can Refinement away Buddy Poffin. See what we got. Okay. Evolution Jammer. So we can finally knock out this Rowlet. I mean, the Bronzong doesn't have to win the game by itself. Once we get a sizable lead against my opponent, that's when it's like, okay. Then we can start just attacking with Drifloon and Gardevoir and Mew and stuff. It's like, if Bronzong can take us a few prizes here, it's all Gucci. Ooh, that's annoying. Yeah, I was going to say, they're going to try to trap Kirlia, probably. Yikes. That's one thing I'm worried about. They can trap Kirlia. I need to find Gardevoir or Turo. I don't have Gardevoir or Turo. Unless we get Iono'd here. I doubt that'll happen. We actually might not be able to Bronzong my opponent next turn, which is pretty bad. I mean, we know their hand is kind of dead, though. If I find Eri, that'll help a little bit, too. And it's not what I'm looking for. All right. All right, we'll Vessel the Thin. We need to find... Turo's not in there, so... Actually, ooh. Okay, I have to find Guardy. Yeah, we have that Guardy here in order to move. Yeah, I don't have the Turo. All right, whatever. Guardy it is. We'll get Guardy every time. Nope. We do get the Eri, though. See, now this is where things get interesting. So I do have the ability to Eri my opponent here, and I can see their hand. And we can... we can attach to Kirlia, Eri them, potentially get rid of Rare Candy. The worst thing I can do is get a Dartrix in play, right? I could Iono and gamble for the Gardevoir, but I don't want to give them a new hand. They haven't really been doing much anyways. Like, they haven't played a supporter. So, I think we're just going to Eri. Yep, get rid of these two. Yeah. They can't do much with their hand here. We'll get rid of those two. I don't want them to have Vacuum. Attach to Kirlia. Pass. We know their hand is dead. The worst thing they can do here is go Dartrix, right? But they can't even do damage. They have an Ultra Ball in hand. I don't think they're playing 2 Lumineon. I don't think we have to worry too much about the Ultra Ball. They can grab the Iron Valiant, I guess, but they have to get rid of 2 cards, and they have a pretty loaded hand, I would say. Their hand was, like, solidly, like, decent. Oh, my God. Did they actually draw Rare Candy? Wow, dude. They top-decked a Rare Candy? What? Okay, that's pretty dumb. All right, sure. They top-decked Rare Candy. Jeez. That's... Okay, I mean, that works, I guess. Sure. Why not? Top-decking Rare Candy. I should have got rid of the Ultra Ball. I was thinking about it, but I was like, Vacuum's pretty bad, too. Because I don't want to lose my Bravery Charm or my Hero's Cape. That's tilting. It's not the end of the world, though. We can still go with the Evolution Jammer for a turn or two. I mean, honestly, we can still win this game. It's not actually that bad. We can still win this. But that's pretty unfortunate. They friggin' top-decked Rare Candy after I Eri'd them. That's ridiculous. That's some full-time sacking right there. It's not the end of the world, though. We're not really trying to Bronzong forever. I mean, it is possible, but, like, it is what it is. All right, what's our top deck here? There's the Guardy. Okay, so I can retreat. We have options. I could just Evolution Jammer them again. And I mean, they have the Pidgeot, so I can, like, power Pidgeot. But I think we still just go Bronzong here. It's fine. Let's get rid of the League Headquarters. I want to say that's not very useful in this matchup. Collapsed Stadium's pretty good. We can actually play that. Go to Lumineon. I'm going to go ahead and do. And I think I'm just going to Evolution Jam again. I'm not going to do Refinement. I'm going to keep every card here. I want to hold on to the Ultra Ball for a turn. I'm going to keep I don't want to get rid of all my Ultra Balls. I'm going to, like, keep that option open just in case. So they could Iono me again. Evolution Jammer is not going to... Evolution Jammer is not going to last forever here because my opponent can just Pidgeot, right? They could just power Pidgeot and attack my Bronzong, but that's fine. Gardenia. Ooh, I didn't see that one coming, not going to lie. I thought they were just going to attach manually, but nope, that works. But, okay, they're powering up the Dartrix. Dartrix isn't a threat. Also, getting 30 damage on these bulkier evolutions isn't a bad thing either, because now, like, we can knock out the evolutions a little bit easier with our Drifloon and Screamtail. We could just Screamtail now. Oh, they play that. Okay. All right, that's fine. We'll just... I mean, we just go 2-2 for a game. We'll just knock out the Lumineon here, I think, with Screamtail. Or I can knock out the Pidgeot. That's fine. Honestly, Bronzong was kind of just, like, not a bluff, but it was kind of like a weird thing where I forced my opponent into this play. Because, like, now I just go 2-2 for games. So we should probably be fine to win the game. I don't think they have a way to one-shot a Gardevoir EX, and that's big. So let's see what our top deck is. Got Arven. So what's the play here? Drifloon, their Pidgeot. or Screamtail. Well, I can't kill the Lumineon, actually. Could not get the active. I definitely think killing the Pidgeot here is pretty good stuff. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let's Refinement away the Ultra Ball. Finally, we'll get rid of that. Radiant Alakazam is pretty good, actually. Play the Artisan. I guess I should have Artisan first. I kind of forgot about the Artisan being in play. And get another Ralts down. Oops. We have TM Devo, Luminous Cape, or Luxurious Cape. Luminous Cape? That sounds kind of sick. Alright. Should be enough to kill the Pidgeot. So let's boss it. And then we'll Psychic Embrace. I guess I don't need the Alakazam. I might save it, though. Alright, here we go. Boom. 30. 60. 90. Let me just make sure we can knock this thing out. Honestly, I'm not sure how much energy I need here, to be honest. So I'm just going to put all that on. I'm pretty sure that is a knockout. But I just in case. I actually don't know how much we need. I guess we can find away the... no, we can use Alakazam. Put 20 on the fish. Knock out the Lumineon with Screamtail. Now we'll do that. That's kind of a cool play. Put 1 on the fish. Refinement. We'll save Refinement for next turn. Let's knock out the active. Yeah, okay. I was just making sure. 5 energy is 300 damage. That is enough to one-hit KO the Pidgeot. All right, and then we just win next turn with Screamtail or something. There's the Hero's Cape. That's good. So they have to basically knock out my Gardevoir, and that should be GG's. I think that's GG's, because they'll go knock out Drifloon, and then I just Screamtail for game. Unless I get Iono'd. We have Mew and Kirlia, and an Artisan's in play to find Screamtail. I think we'll be okay. They could trap something here, but I have 2 energy in the discard. I think we're chilling. There's Decidueye EX. I don't think that's going to matter much anymore. We'll see, though. They have an interesting list. I haven't done a video on Decidueye in a while. For a while, during the Paradox meta, I was going to do a video on Decidueye Iron Valiant. There's this really cool list I saw in Japan that was playing Cramorant with, like, no energy. It was like Iron Valiant, Decidueye, Cram. That was the deck. Maybe that's something worth trying out. I don't know. Just Charizard's kind of a problem. But I guess you are playing a grass attacker, so maybe Charizard's not that bad. All right, my opponent does have Iron Leaves, but like I said, we have game. We can just Screamtail for game. They could get a I guess they could. No, they Ultra Balled away their Manaphy though. Manaphy's in the discard. They could Rod it back, I guess. They might not see the Screamtail coming, which is the idea. We could also Iono them to 2 because I don't want them to be able to boss Mew for game. They could do that too. Well, I think we can also just win with Rod here, though, right? We could just. Okay, well, we'll see. I think we just have game in hand because we just Rod the Drifloon back. So I think we just win anyways. I don't think we even have to do Screamtail because we just have Rod. Counter Catcher. Are they going to kill my... Well, they can't leave the Drifloon alive. They have to kill the Drifloon unless they have 2 Lost Vacuums. They could take 3 prizes here. I still win anyways because I can still attack again with Drifloon. I think we're chilling. They'd have to get Manaphy in play, Iono me, and that would probably have been their best turn. Yeah, that would have been their best play. I think we should win here. Let's see. What do they got? Have they got anything? Because we can just Screamtail the fish. Artisan? All right. I don't think there's anything left in their deck they can grab that's useful. Like, yeah, okay. Whatever. That's fine. They've already Arven. They can't Iono me. I have game in hand. Even if they knock out my Drifloon, I can just get it back with Arven and Super Rod because I have Hero's Cape. I could also just Screamtail for game if they were to get a Manaphy. So I think we win. I think that's GG's. Should be game. We'll see. Yep, there we go. All right, GG's. That's game. That's why I got rid of... See, now I'm glad I got rid of that vacuum earlier in the game when I did. That was why I did that. But yeah, we do have game here. We can just go Screamtail for the dub. And there you go. Guardy with Bronzong taken down my opponent. And that's how the matchup usually goes. Let's get some Psychic Embraces here. 1, 2... Yeah, they skip. Okay, whatever. There you go. Guardy Bronzong, baby. The Bronzong cleans up in the early game, and then we can kind of late game sweep them with the Drifloon and the Screamtail. And that's how it usually goes. Like I said, we weren't going to win the game with Bronzong by itself, It was kind of funny, too. They were able to kill my Bronzong with the Rowlet with a Defiance Band. It is what it is. And there you have it. That is the Bronzong deck in action. We played against 2 Evolution decks today, and we got a lot of value out of Bronzong. Bronzong, obviously, being a little bit of a more niche attacker. Overall, Bayonet is probably better than Bronzong, but it is still cool to try out new cards regardless. And I did want to give this new Bronzong a try regardless, because I always like trying out all the new cards in the new sets, regardless of to how inferior they are to other similar-ish cards. Like I said, Bayonet's probably better than Bronzong overall, but Bronzong still does have some power. It is a 1-prizer, and it was cool to use. And pairing it with Gardevoir isn't bad. Like I said, Bronzong in the early game, and eventually if they get it around the lock or, something doesn't happen, eventually you can start swinging with the Drifloon and the Screamtail and, like, the Gardevoir EX and stuff. Okay, the only change I would make to the list, though, after playing it, is to add a PAL Pad. I think you can cut the League Headquarters out. I think this card is kind of bad. Cut the League Headquarters out, play a PAL Pad, maybe play a 4th Arven would be good. You could play a Forest Seal Stone, I guess. You do play Lumineon. But I don't know. It's kind of tight on space. We are fitting in a pretty thick line of Bronzong, so you could try to squeeze in a PAL Pad. Like I said, the Erie's really nice. Just being able to Erie your opponent while they're under that evolution lock. Eventually, because eventually they do break out of the evolution lock, they're going to be low on resources to even be able to do anything, and that's kind of the idea behind the double Erie. But I wouldn't mind a PAL Pad. Like I said, a PAL Pad would be good in here. A second Turo would be good, but then at that point you have the PAL Pad anyways, so there are some things you could change about the list, but I do like Bronzong here as a fun little troll evolution deck. Blocking evolutions, no evolving, it's pretty good. Can beat Charizard. But that'll be for me. If you all enjoyed the video on my Bronzong Gardevoir deck today, make sure to leave a like on the video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe down below. Help me on the road to reaching 60,000 subscribers. Like I said, we are getting close to 60K subs. So if not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure to click that subscribe button down below, and it'd be greatly appreciated. Check out my second channel down below for some more content. Did a lot of Indianapolis preparation content, as Indianapolis is, of course, this weekend. I will be in attendance. I just uploaded a tier list video for where I think the meta is right now. We're in a tier 0 format, and you can probably guess what the best deck in the meta is right now. So I did a tier list for Indianapolis. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on another PTCGL Live video. Bye-bye.